All right. Whose white powdery substance was it? We've got betonline.ag putting out odds. Hunter Biden, the going away favorite at plus 200. Damar Hamlin checked in at plus 20, 20 to 1. Travis Kelce 8 to 1. Yeah, I mean, what are our thoughts here? This is obviously a huge talking point. Everyone's blaming everyone, and it's just kind of funny to me.
Yeah, what if Tamar Hamlin's hard stopped because he has a massive coke problem?
Yeah, the things we don't know. How else are we keeping Joe awake? There's
Yeah.
a lot of questions to
I'm
be
think
asked.
I'm thinking it was like a PR intern because they work overtime there, having to put fires out. So someone in PR for sure.
Well, I mean, like, is this the first time this has happened? Like, let's think back to the 70s or something. Was this more rampant? Well, video's coming out now because everyone's trying to, pinpoint everyone. Everyone's a TikTok detective now. But the video of like Hunter Biden, people are saying that he was like Maradona on the pitch, literally doing a bump like right next to his parents and then his kids. But I mean, dude was sweaty. Like, you took one look at him and it was kind of like, all right, this might add up.
Are those odds real? Can you actually bet those?
I think so. It's offshore. So, like Bovada probably has them, but it's like, it's like, what is it going to be based on the investigation to cash your
Yeah.
bet? Like, I don't know how that's going to happen.
I would for sure bet it was Hunter Biden's if I had to bet.
Totally. Yeah. Not Travis Kelsey's.
Like I feel
Olivia
like he's the only
Rodrigo.
one who could get cocaine into the White House just because he was with
Yeah.
maybe walking with his dad or something. Everyone else would be like strip searched, I feel like.
Right.
Yeah.
Or going through a metal detector, or like, I don't know, is
Yeah.
it like going into a game, or like, I assume it's a lot more,
Well, I
high
did a
tech.
tour. I did a
Okay.
tour through there when I was, I think, eighth grade, and it was me and my aunt, so it wasn't like it was a big school trip, and she signed us up, but they must have done all the background checks needed prior to because we didn't do any pat down, didn't go through any security. And I remember asking her, I was like, I'm surprised, like it's harder to get on a plane than walk through the White House, but she was like, they probably did all the background checks way before, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I don't
interesting.
know.
So that was during Obama, probably, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I did the tour as well, but like it definitely you get to see some stuff, but it definitely feels like they just like keep you in like a select like area.
Yeah, like exactly. Areas that are like cool for viewing that they're not usually using on a day to day.
Right.
My thought is just like, dude, Hunter, like, okay, we get it, you're an addict, but in light of like your, all the shit that's been going on lately, you get off scot free. You're like, damn, I just really need this baggie at the White House tonight. And just I don't know what he's doing, what he's thinking. I guess he's not thinking.
I mean, if you're a true addict, I guess
You're
you
not
are.
thinking.
I mean, there's that video of him smoking crack while he's driving.
True. That, yeah, like going like 170 or some shit.
Yeah.
Like the best part about that is the 172 miles an hour reported on that one is that is the fastest you can legally go before removing the governor that allows you to go faster. And then the other thing is I saw a good tweet that summed up the cocaine. It was how big of a dirtbag do you have to be for the whole country to think it's you when they find cocaine at the White House?
I mean, like, let's say it wasn't him, but it's like he's like, really? He's like,
right.
this had to happen right now, while I was there. Yeah. I mean, what's the investigation looking like? Are there cameras in there?
What if it was planted? I'll be on his side. What if it was planted?
Yeah, could you do fingerprint evidence? I don't understand what's going on here. Like the Secret Service agent who found it, he had to test it. Yep, that's the real deal.
Plus, if it is Hunter Biden, will we ever even know, or will there be
No, right, exactly.
I saw a tweet earlier that said it's I don't know what group said it was, some government agency said that it's looking like they're never going to find who it actually was.
Yeah.
So probably Hunter Biden's.
I just love that this is a
no
freaking people are losing their mind over this. It's just like, oh my God.
I think they should too, because if we're gonna impeach a president for getting a blowjob in the Oval Office, they should take a Schedule I drug seriously.
Sure.
Now, I don't really care who it was personally, but I think like, if you're gonna look at our track record, we can't just walk by this or turn the other cheek here.
Dude, I said to you guys, I said everyone in jail right now, sitting in jail for, upwards of years on years for coke possession or something, got to be like, what the actual fuck is going on? Like, it just came out today. This dude, Jalen Kitna, who's the son of John Kitna, he got into like some like child porn possession, like really just like disgusting shit. He basically got a slap on the wrist, and it's just like, dude, powerful people just get off when it comes to this crap.
It's fucked up.
Capitalism overdoes democracy.
Yeah. This is also a touchy subject. The gang's all here. I love it. So we're getting back in the swing of things here with winging it. Adam 22. We've mentioned him here before. He's the host of the No Jumper podcast and also Plug Talk, right? Well, he's into a situation here. What are our thoughts? Basically, for people who don't know, he's married a porn star OnlyFans model, Lena the Plug, who wanted to shoot with other people. Okay. So he's allowing that. And her first choice, step right up, Jason Love.
Yeah,
this is a real.
A lot of people don't like him. I don't know much about him, but I think he got into some problems with being accused of pedophilia.
That's right. Yeah.
This was actually just on my For You page like 20 minutes ago. But yeah, he's kind of a loser. But basically, that podcast they do is like they interview another person in the industry, and like, so like this whole time, like he's gotten to like they like sleep with women together.
Right.
So like he's gotten to do it, and now everyone's just like making it a huge deal that like. And it's kind of fucked up because he sits there and he's like, well, yeah, I'm letting her do it. And it's like, okay, well, she can fucking do whatever she wants. Like,
yeah. No, the internet like collectively feels bad for this guy, but is also laughing at him. Like even his own co-hosts are kind of like, dude, huh? Like the video where she's introducing Jason Love, it's like, and everyone's, kudos to this guy. Maybe this dude is just that chill, I guess, or he is just eating it. I mean, he is just, yeah.
Sorry, I was gonna say, or maybe he's just loving it because it's bringing attention to his podcast.
It is big, like, yeah, it could be one of those, which would be an odd way of.
I feel like people are for sure going to start tuning into the next podcast now.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing all his clips all over the thing.
Yeah,
he had Sneeko on, and Sneeko is making fun of him. It's like, wait, didn't you do the same thing there, bud? Yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, so I mean, it's basically like she's calling the shots, and yeah, I don't know. I feel for the guy. I personally would never be able to do that, but hey, maybe that's the new age of relationships we live in, right?
Yeah,
because that's huge for her too. Like she's just going to put that on her OnlyFans, and that's going to go crazy.
Oh yeah, they're both going to make a lot of money from it.
Yeah, I found it. I mean, it's just, this is heartbreaking where it's like, you're talking. She's like, Adam 22 was talking about how he's going to tell her kids or something. They have a child together too, which makes it all the more fucking awkward. And that's got to be the worst. Lana Rhoades is good. That's got to be the worst. I mean, outside of hooking, I guess, like job your mother has as you're a kid growing up, having to go through high school and shit.
That's going to be a thing nowadays. Yeah.
You're actually kind of a good point. There's almost no way to have a high like rate of Midwesterner pornography actress or actors growing up. That was like a huge like couple parts of the country. Yeah. Now OnlyFans, it's like, you're right, dude. Like some dude in Missouri is like, yeah, no, my mom makes like $5 million.
Right. It's a whole new industry.
Yeah.
I feel like the porn stars have almost become like, they've become celebrities, and I don't know if it started with Lana Rhoades and Mike Majak or whatever, Logan Paul's sidekick, dating. I felt like that's where it was like all of a sudden, they weren't just porn stars. They were like, oh, that's not just, hey, that's that one porn star. That's Lana Rhoades. Oh, that's so and so. Like they started making
Barstool did pretty good job of like
inviting them on, hey, these are real people. They have stories, let's talk to them.
Yeah.
So I guess everyone's tuning into the No Jumper pod next. So that's what sucks. It's like, one of his co-hosts was just like, man, they're going to be putting, because he's shot with his wife, obviously. So like they're gonna clip up and put both of them side by side and be like, which one's she enjoying?
Which one is she enjoying more?
Bingo. I mean, this guy's like, when Jason Love's putting her in a pretzel, what are you gonna be doing?
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I've seen like all the like previews. Jason Love is a big person.
Oh my God. Yeah. There we go. All right, we'll keep an eye on it. Got to keep an eye on this too. Are you seeing the TikTok rounds of this video, this viral video? Why does this always happen on Spirit Airlines? The woman like running off the plane, turning around and just like emphatically saying, whatever that is. She basically thought she saw someone who wasn't real, and said, "You're all gonna die," and then left the plane.
I would have left with her.
I was gonna say, wait, did she leave the Coke in the White House? What is she on? Or people are like, she saw a shapeshifter. I'm like,
yeah,
huh?
it was a flight out of DFW.
Oh
And
God, no way.
yeah, and like I literally today actually, it was like my whole For You page was like people like, okay, so it was this figure in the green hoodie that
Yeah, I
she
saw those guys' eyes.
Yeah. And that, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think the reason people are so alarmed, first of all, they literally delayed the plane hours because of this and like searched, like they searched like the baggage, undercarriage, because they were like, wait a second, what the fuck's going on here?
What is this? What is it? Oh, okay. I just saw YouTube. Never mind. This is news to me.
We'll clip this up and Joey will throw this in. So we'll let you be the judge. What did this woman see, if anything? Because like she was, emphatic as all emphatic. And it's like, what was she wasted? People have been drunk on a plane before. They haven't said that they saw something that was going to kill the entire plane.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that was weird. It would have scared the hell out of me if I was on that plane.
You would have left.
Maybe, dude.
You would have been zanned out. You would have been out of there. You'd be like, huh? All right, get this woman out of here. All right, Elon's taking everyone's money. It sent us into a panic. Heady play by him trying to do it over July 4th weekend when he thought people were just so addicted to Twitter, even though it's gotten exponentially worse since he took over. But the tweet limits, this was crazy. It pissed people off. I didn't know. Are we back now? Was it just a 1 day, 2 day thing? But what are
he said it was temporary, and I haven't had any problems today. So I guess
same.
I also saw later that day that it like each amount got upped. Like
we're not. All right, current stats is off of Twitter's support page. Yep. Daily limit current for it just says for accounts up, but daily limits 500 messages sent per day, 2,400 tweets per day, changes account email. You can changes to account email 4 per hour. That's sketchy. Like if you got to be doing that, I don't know what business requires that.
Well, maybe this is a good way to curb bots or whatever he claimed he was doing,
That's actually a good point.
But it was like punishing us for just trying to use more of his app. And again, he's squeezing money out of us. Like he's been doing this. It's been trial ballooned. We're going to take away some blue checks. No, okay, here they're back. Okay, now actually you have to pay for a blue check. Now it's the same thing. Hey, you're going to have to pay to view more tweets. And it literally pissed me off because it made me realize, I think a lot of people was like, it was almost scary. It's like Twitter is pretty fundamental to me keeping up to date on everything. Sports, news, pop culture, Adam 22, Coke in the White House. That's that's what I use it for. And it was just like, it was pretty deflating that happened. And I don't know, the memes were funny as all hell.
I was pretty I took it as like a pat on the back because I'm very Twitter addicted, but I never ran into it. So I was like, wow, maybe I'm not looking as much as I thought. But then I went and looked at my TikTok screen time, and that had blown it out of the water.
Right, in substitution for Twitter, basically.
But I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because he did tweet a while ago that he's going to do a lot with like data and finally get rid of like those accounts that have been untouched for years.
Right.
I've been trying to get Jack City with no underscores forever. And the dude hasn't tweeted in 12 years, and his picture is him holding a piece of bread, and he has 6 tweets. So I'm like, dude, if you can get rid of that, like, I'll take it.
You went over your tweet limit just looking at him updating and seeing if he was still fucking tweeting.
Well, and if this really is, like, he's talked so badly or like, watch out for AI and stuff, he might honestly have taken this like personal vendetta against the AI bots on Twitter. And he's like, that's why he bought the whole thing, just to get rid of them, maybe. Who knows?
But that's like a catch-22 because wasn't he one of the forefathers of AI that he left? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, just like Oppenheimer.
Yeah, which is going to when's that coming out? Is that already out? Oh, it's the end of the month, right? Barbenheimer. That's we got to get our tickets now. I wonder if it's like is that a movie that sells out the first day? I would imagine Oppenheimer. I know some Jack, do you have any insight on that? Yeah.
Yeah, I for sure will be sold out the first day. Like the first
First
show.
week, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some
Already
I want to
sold
see
out.
both of them, but there's some like funny T-shirts that they're selling now. Like I survived Barbenheimer and like stuff like that, and like on shirts that go hard. Great Twitter follow.
Completely, it's like it's one of those nobody and all the Barbenheimer like talk.
Yeah. Last thing on Twitter, yeah, the memes were funny. Everyone's going, "Sir, may I please view another tweet?" The caveman hitting rocks, me when I've hit my limit on views on Twitter. But then Elon was like, he almost did a victory lap, like he was doing this all for some moral, upbringing where he's like, "See, guys, wasn't it nice putting your phone down and talking to your uncle?" No, no, no one likes that. Come on.
Nope. Shut up. Just like we all get an opinion. Sometimes I just want to be distracted by my phone, man. That's what I want to do.
No, exactly. Yeah. It's it was tough because it's like a lot when like if you click on something trending and it's like, oh, you're reading everything about it, that's like you're not even reading tweets, you're just scrolling through, and I was counting as reading them, and it was fucked. But hopefully we're all back. All right. Last thing for me, and then we'll get to the tea with Jack D, is we're back. Hope everyone enjoyed their 4th of July. Still hot down in Dallas, hot in Missouri. Sucks. Oof, brutal.
Yeah, it's been pretty warm.
It was weird. It was like 90s yesterday, but then it like cool. Now we got 70s all week.
What?
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, Minneapolis has some. It's only very small sample size, but we get some beautiful weather when it cooperates.
Never going.
National Geographic lays off its remaining staff writers. A lot of old people were just kind of like, yo, what the fuck? So, I mean, I didn't realize how like that was that was a staple of people's lives, was like kind of going to a bookstore, finding the National Geographic, and now it's like magazine. I don't even know what we're doing with magazines anymore. But yeah, it's just sad that it's like, the last 2 people that were there hanging on to what was once a giant now gets like laid off in a very unceremoniously way. And it's like the end of an era, we were talking about digital news, the rise and fall, what's next for that. And then it's like, oh, Nat Geo is still, just saying who bought it. Was it Disney bought Nat Geo, right? Yeah. It's crazy how, all these companies just buy. They're like, yeah, that company's struggling, we'll buy them for, whatever, and write it off.
Dude, it's kind of becoming a problem.
Yeah.
Just a very large blanket statement, but I think it can spiral out of control quickly.
Yeah,
Disney.
I think they well, I'm pretty sure Disney owns them now. Disney just did a bunch of like the ESPN layoffs. And
how about those? Did we?
Yeah, what was that all about?
Dude, and that's what it's like. It's like, damn, like I'm a sportscaster, right? A broadcaster, where it's like the dream used to be like, you go to ESPN, you go to all these, whatever. But it's like, okay, what your dreams to go to the dream company only to like layoffs are inevitable at a corporation that doesn't care like that. It's like, and like credit to Neil Everett and all those guys who put, 20 years in. I felt this chick, Ashley Brewer, who's like the new Sports Center anchor, but now no one's watching Sports Center anymore, right? Like we're getting our highlights on demand. We're not waiting till 11 at night to see what highlights they pick out for us. I saw she got laid off after joining in 2020, the week of her wedding. It was just like, oh my God, like that was some bad publicity for ESPN, but they have no idea. She's a number on a fucking employment chart,
I think it's like they're shifting to like they got to pay McAfee and them. And
oh yeah,
I actually had to read about a bunch about Disney for work recently, and they're like cleaning house in every.
Yeah, they're bringing in McAfee. They want to bring in Shannon Sharp, who is now a free agent. And it was like, I mean, how is like Lee Corso still employed? It's like, dude, that might be a forced retirement soon. Like they cut David Pollock, Kendrick Perkins is still, they kept him and they let go of Max Kellerman. I feel bad for Max Kellerman. That was a dude who was like the king of ESPN, and then they just swept him and brushed him under the rug. Hey, be Stephen A's sidekick. Now he hates you. Now go do morning television, for a show that was doomed from the start. When that show came about, you knew that wasn't. And they're de-emphasizing radio, which is fascinating,
They got rid of Van Gundy as well for basketball.
Yeah, Jeff Van Gundy's gone. It's like, but they kept Mark Jackson.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was interesting.
I wonder how they decided why keep Kendrick Perkins?
Well, he was probably making less. Like, it was also money too, who was making the most, but yeah, I don't know. And they were trying to get younger. Like, so you see like Kendrick Perkins, JJ Redick, and Richard Jefferson are like the new guys. They got rid of Jalen Rose, for instance, which was a big one.
That's a really hard thing to balance because, some of those people have all the connections to get the coach in the room or whatever it is, and then some people they want to bring the new guys on, and some of those old heads in the game are like, "Who's this new guy?" Like
JJ's been stirring the pot. He'll trend on First Take. Like, they couldn't get rid of him. And what's smart too is, and this is part of what's so valuable for Shannon Sharpe, is his podcast is popular. Like the guys that can do TV and podcasts and have like their own individual following, that's where the money is. You're seeing it with McAfee. You're seeing it with Shannon Sharpe. And the guys that could go viral, like that's key. Whether it be for dumb shit, and Perkins goes viral. Maybe that's why they keep him, even if it is for dumb shit.
True.
All right, let's get to the tea with Jack D here. I forgot we've got this... We could do a little unboxing here. Happy birthday to Grimace. We saw Max Savage had a funny one, right? Did you guys like his Grimace? So, it's only fitting we finally do the unboxing of the goat.
Oh, wow.
Yes, finally came in. 19th hole, baby. That's our guy. Max Savage still out there killing it.
That's awesome.
Right, let's do the tea with Jack D.
All right. This is just, I don't even know. Like, this is just so interesting or weird. New Jersey judge under investigation for rapping along to Nas and Busta Rhymes on TikTok. He was under a fake name called Sal Tortorella, and he shared around 40 videos of him lip syncing to Busta Rhymes and Nas. And now there's been like a complaint filed that it's like distasteful and that he has been like, I don't know, like showing himself in a bad light. But
what is he like saying? Is he saying the N-word like as a rap lyric, or?
I mean, yeah, probably he is
just like, putting himself in a bad light.
Is he black?
Yeah, he's African American, but like him, I mean, like maybe that was just his outlet. Was like he wanted to rap.
Yeah, I think that's dumb. I don't think.
Yeah,
it should be under investigation.
You should be able to separate work from pleasure, especially in this age of social media now, where it's like you can do both.
There was also a couple in there of Rihanna too, so he threw in a couple.
Okay, well, a couple of Kelly Clarkson bangers. He maybe just wants to sing.
Yeah.
And maybe he knows how to separate the art from the artist.
It's like, yeah, exactly. It's like Miles Bridges. He's trying to make it out the league. He's trying to make it out the chambers. Maybe be a rapper.
Hey, he just got signed, didn't he? Or no? Miles Bridges.
Oh,
what's his name?
Is he back with the Hornets squad?
I don't know.
I don't know if he's signed, but
he's a free agent. Yeah, and he should be back playing. Yeah.
Current team says Charlotte, but that's probably.
He's a restricted free agent. Yeah, it's Harry. It's Harry that goes in.
Robert De Niro's grandson found dead from fentanyl drugs.
Oh god,
that's terrible.
Fentanyl laced like.
Hold on a second. So, well, R.I.P. He's no longer with us, but we would have had potentially a situation where Robert De Niro's son was younger than his grandson. Isn't he having a kid?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What is that? So
what's
I mean, that's just like your uncle being older than your uncle.
Wait a second.
My dad has nephews and nieces that are older than him. It's just with like a family of like
okay. Yeah.
And like the oldest one was like almost like 30 years older than him. So
interesting.
Yeah, I've got a guy I work with kind of similarly, but whatever you guys just said there put my brain in a pretzel. I was like, I could not follow.
Because what would that be? Your son? Because it's not his father. It was so, but it wouldn't be stepfather, right? Your
my dad's
grandson.
grandson.
Yeah.
My dad, my little brother,
My dad's grandson. Yeah. Who's
I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be like, oh no, it'd be his uncle. It'd be like kicking and
Yeah,
screaming.
it'd be his uncle. It's
Okay.
It'd be like
yeah.
kicking and
Oh yeah,
screaming.
you're right.
He's with, yeah, he's got Uncle Buck. Yeah.
Man, I could do some math for you, but that one just messed me up.
Yeah.
I love it though. I'm putting on the shirt for the visual audience here. That's great stuff.
back?
McDonald's is launching new $200 wedding package to where you can get your full wedding catered for $200. Not a bad deal. A lot of drunk people probably enjoy that at a wedding.
I would be all over that. I'd be shut down immediately by Kelsey, but I would be all over that.
Yeah.
Well,
For your third wedding.
Does anyone know?
Just for the catering.
Third wedding to the same person.
Hold on, my buddy's doing an interesting concept, and it's not until his wedding's on 420, which is kind of fire. But he's literally doing a private ceremony, just him and maybe like the wedding party too. But then and it's just a reception. Like, so it might just be him and his wife doing it private.
That was kind of like your first wedding, Dylan.
Yeah,
Almost.
yeah, right, exactly.
Because of COVID,
what we had to do, right?
Yeah, you were forced to do it, but no, I like that.
Yeah, it's a cool concept. And I was saying that we went to those back-to-back weddings in Missouri and Arkansas that were both buffet. That should be the new age. I mean, it's perfect. You can pick your own meal, fire shit. Same thing. It's like you go up as a table. I don't know. I was a big fan of that.
I kind of agree though with me being in wedding season. The menu or sorry, the ceremony thing that kind of COVID people were forced into. That might start a whole new thing because I found that really special too. I really like some of the private stuff people had.
Yeah.
Lil Uzi dropped his new Pink tape. Anyone, Brennan, you listen or anything? Or
yeah, I was gonna say I haven't listened.
I have. I've listened once. I don't know. There's definitely some interesting songs. He tried to be like really like hardcore rock.
Yeah, right.
I don't necessarily like those ones, but there's some I definitely did like. I just need to listen to it more. I think it'll grow on me more.
Did we talk about Thug and Gunna's albums? I liked both kind of, but I think Gunna's is going a little bit more viral, at least on TikTok, for Fuck You Mean. Mm-hmm. That song.
Well, there's this thing right now that like apparently Morgan Wallen's album is like blocked all these albums from going #1 because it's so much above like everything else. So Lil Uzi, I saw it today. He tweeted, "If you get this album to #2, I'll drop the album y'all are actually looking for." And he changed his bio to Love Is Rage 3.
Yeah.
So that would be
and Drake kind of does this too. He teases us with like an R&B album, and then he'll come out and just lay like a hard-hitting rap album like the next time.
Hopefully his new album is sick. Yeah. It's got a good name for my dogs. But
that's Drake's new album coming out?
Yeah, for my dogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hype.
And I loved Love Is Rage 1 and 2 for Uzi, so hopefully 3 is good. They were first against it, but they're going with the times. Harvard University plans to teach students in some courses with AI chatbots.
See ya, professors.
I think it's super applicable in some cases, but dangerous downhill.
Yeah. Unofficially, but we need Ian Corbett's. We need his input. July 3rd was unofficially the hottest day ever recorded in the history of or like modern mankind.
Until today. No, yeah, it's just gonna keep getting worse. Joey always sends me fucking my brother once, I think, posted an Instagram story of him wearing a shirt that just says, "I fucking love Ice Spice." And then Joey always send that to me and goes, "Dude's a munch."
That's great.
Next, Joey Chestnut, again, greatest athlete to ever do it, won the hot dog eating contest. that delay. I don't know if that was fake or not, that he said we're doing this fucker and got everyone outside. But
people said he called the White House. Like, what? No, yeah, I don't know what was going on there. I got a conspiracy for you though. Is like, I'm seeing people sending bets to me. Hey, he's going to break the record. He's going to break the record. He's going on. Pardon my take. I'm going to break the record. I'm going to break the record. And then he comes in 10 dogs under the record.
Well, dude,
and this dude really wanted to go out there, and this dude could have made a bag. This dude could have made a bag. You know, dude, just bet the under on himself.
I think for an athlete like that, it's a weather delay, like the adrenaline and like you got to wait an hour. I mean, I don't know what the prep looks like for what he does, but like
there was a tweet where it was like, if it got canceled, he shows up to like McDonald's. I'll take 55 hamburgers, 55 hot dogs.
Yeah.
Tim Robinson sketch.
Because even the girl winner, she went like way under as well.
Glizzy Lizzie?
No, Glizzy Lizzie didn't win. It's that one chick who's won like a bunch of times. She's married to one of the dudes who gets like third every time. I don't know. What a dynamic that is.
Kobayashi done? Like there's no rivalry anymore. At least we had like a threat to Chestnut.
Yeah, like it's like the announcers are even like battling, like let's battle for second place. And
yeah, right.
They're just hammering them. Okay. Releasing tomorrow. I haven't even heard anything about this. It's probably gonna be ass. Instagram's Twitter competitor called Threads is releasing.
Yeah, I saw Jim Cramer said Twitter's done. So that must mean Twitter's back.
That dude a fucking idiot.
Yeah, so everyone's like, Twitter must be back once Cramer's on Meta. I don't know. I mean, hey, I feel like competition's good. You know, maybe it'll strive Elon to do a little bit better. But yeah, I just find it hard to believe anything but Twitter.
I think I agree there. I think it'll be a good push for Twitter to kind of get themselves in check.
You know what I think the next avenue for Twitter is I was just noticing it the other day is podcasts, because YouTube took down Theo Vaughn's podcast with Roseanne and now it's the second most
viewed tweet or something, or
no, well, it's that, but also now on Spotify, his podcast went to number 2 behind Rogan, and he was like, "This is insane!" Like, not just even that episode, like his actual podcast.
Wow.
So, yeah,
because he posted because you could do with Twitter Blue now, you could post like 2 hours. You could post feature length movies on your Twitter.
People are like, "Fuck it," into the Spider-Verse full movie, and they'll tweet like the whole movie.
And it's not a bad idea because, I mean, you're probably not going to watch it on your phone, but a lot of people use YouTube for desktop now for apps on their smart TV. And they're like, I would say a majority of people, if not now, but in the future, are just going to be watching YouTube, right? Like that's their cable, is watching what they want, endless on-demand shit. Why can't Twitter? This seems like Twitter's trying to compete with that. Hey, upload your shit to your whatever, and you can do this here.
You know what Elon said is on the way. I saw him tweet. Someone tweeted him, and he responded: "Is being able to like play Twitter videos like while you're out of the app."
Oh, and that's
so you could totally listen to the podcast,
listen to something while you're doing something else.
Yeah,
okay, like
so that's like the biggest thing. That's always been the problem with Twitter videos.
Right.
For the first time, a flying car has been granted approval by the FAA, and the company is now taking pre-orders with the goal of making deliveries by 2025. So we're getting there.
That's fire to me. The Jetsons.
Ghislaine Maxwell dubbed the prison Karen after filing 400 plus complaints while she's been in there.
Who?
Like
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Like the chick.
Say her first name.
Ghislaine or Ghislaine or
okay. I thought it was Gillian. Yeah, I've heard it 3 different ways. So.
It's spelled weird. A subway in Georgia is under fire because they made their sign outside Subway. Our subs don't implode.
Come on.
It's pretty south them to do something like that, but people were pissed once it hit Twitter.
Of course.
I kind of applauded it. Like, it is terrible, but I mean, if you keep watching that news thing, they had everyone sign off as like data researchers so that they can't be like under the same lawsuits as like an employee or like a paid for trip.
More weird weather. We need Ian Corbett. The lightning strikes in northern Alabama mowed down 40 plus cows at a farm.
Jesus. Didn't someone like, I thought I saw someone got struck by lightning at Coney Island with Chestnut yesterday, but Jesus, I don't even know.
Michael Jordan was finally quoted saying he does not approve of his son's relationship with Larsa Pippen.
Yeah.
I saw that.
That's tough.
Yeah.
I think the cows were near the fence.
Okay.
Okay. That makes sense.
That would make a lot more sense.
Supreme Court rules against the student loan relief plan.
Yeah, Jack, I want to get your thoughts on that because my buddy's saying, like, was that a ploy? He said it right before the election, kind of knowing that he wasn't going to be able to do it. And it was kind of just like a tease for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, everyone was all hype on it, but now that I think about it more, like nothing. I feel like the Supreme Court, I could be wrong, but I feel like it's majority pretty far right.
Yeah,
like
right.
So I feel like everything goes to there for the final vote. So he was definitely using that because people who don't I don't follow politics, but like younger people are like, oh, student loan relief, like.
Yeah, they're like, hell yeah, great idea.
Yeah.
And then like they don't go into the weeds of it and they're like, oh, this really didn't stand a chance.
Yeah. So okay, on to like movies and TV news. Netflix will be making 2 more Narnia movies. I was never big into that, but
I like the first one, and then because I think I was still young enough, and it took a couple of years to make all the different ones. I was kind of like, I'm out on it, but yeah, I enjoyed the first one as a kid.
That's what we used to call Platz's parents' house because it was so far back in the neighborhood.
Or my closet downstairs.
That
was kind of like the road to Narnia.
The top like comment on the post is they finna make the Lion gay.
Oh, no.
Barbie and Oppenheimer coming out on the same day. Interesting about Barbie, I did not know that Will Ferrell apparently is in it, along with Michael Cera. So,
oh god,
Michael Cera plays someone named Alan in the Barbie universe.
I still don't know. Like, I don't know what to expect for this movie. Like you're all in on Barbie, Jack, if I'm not mistaken. But
I mean, I think it's interesting, like just everything around it. Like,
yeah, and you've got an all-star cast.
They call it the pink shortage. It's rated. It's not like PG. So like, what's it gonna be about? And like their marketing,
if it was R, that'd be fire. But
yeah,
13. So.
And their marketing is like, and
they're
then I saw
nuts
today about Oppenheimer.
That's what I'm a little worried about Oppenheimer. This is probably the most marketed Christopher Nolan movie I think he's ever made. And it's like, hey. Don't
someone tweeted today on Twitter. It was like they released another like still image of Cillian Murphy. It's like Barbie does all this marketing and Oppenheimer's marketing is just tweeting a new fucked up picture of him from every like different still of the film. It's just him like looking like that.
Yeah.
But I'm hyped to see it. I think it's gonna be.
How long is Oppenheimer? Is it like a 4-hour long movie?
No, I think it's like 2.5, maybe 3. Yeah,
but there's Christopher Nolan there's an option at some theaters that you can see it on 70 millimeter.
Like the film, yeah,
like what it was actually filmed on. And he also there's a TikTok where he walked you through the most optimal seat in the whole place to watch it from.
Oh yeah,
wow, that's hard.
I did see that. It was like,
what is it, middle or is it kind of like right?
Hold on, Oppenheimer optimal viewing.
I think it's like middle, but it's like a couple rows up to get like full experience. But
yeah, I'm gonna have to see that in IMAX.
Yeah, that's what they say you like have to do because like all the explosions are real and like so another movie coming out that looks kind of funny is it's called Dumb Money, and it's based on the GameStop stock stuff, and it has a pretty good cast of like Seth Rogen, Paul Dano, who's the dude in Prisoners. He's like the bad guy, and
Batman.
Riddler.
Yeah.
It's kind of like satire, but like it looks like a funny story. So
I checked out that fucking trailer for the Challengers or whatever was Zendaya. That looks good. That looks
yeah, it
fucking
actually
good.
does look pretty good. Yeah.
So that comes out in September.
Today they dropped a new trailer. It doesn't come out till October, but Killers of the Flower Moon, the new Robert De Niro and Leo movie, looks really good. And then for suggestions, I have started this. Had never heard of this show. It was, but it got suggested to me. It's got a 96 on Rotten Tomatoes and 6 seasons. It's called The Americans.
Oh God, yeah. Okay, I'm trying to start this too. It's on Hulu. Yeah,
I'm halfway through season 1. It's basically at the end of the Cold War, 2 Russian spies are like in an arranged marriage, but living completely American, have 2 kids who have no idea what's going on. And then
I heard it's fantastic. It's critically acclaimed.
Yeah, I'm halfway through the first season and it's awesome. I can't believe I'd never heard of it. But
okay.
Yeah.
I'm in. I got Hulu.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's like right up your guys' alley, I think. And then again, The Bear. I mean, I love The Bear.
Dude, I went to I watched season 1. It was like I liked it, but it was I don't know, I gave up on it again for some reason.
Watch season 2.
Okay.
Wait till you see the cameos in episode 6 and you'll be like, holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, the thing I liked most about it was the cooking, probably. And then like, I don't know, they were taking so many detours, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you should watch it.
All right.
Then documentary then some other shows. The Crowded Room is a new show on Apple TV with Tom Holland and Amanda Seyfried, and it's like a kind of a different story, but it's based on this dude in the 70s who was he was a serial rapist at colleges, but he got acquitted. There's a documentary about it on Netflix because he had multiple personalities, and it was like first. It was like and he would turn into like a 5-year-old girl or like it's called, his name was Billy Milligan. Like the documentary on Netflix is pretty crazy because like everyone was like, he's faking. And then you see in court, his like eyes roll in the back of his head and he like turns into, so like no one ever knew but he's been in like a psych ward ever since. But
it's like that movie with fucking, what's his face, right? That horror movie, the guy from X-Men.
Yeah. Fuck, what's that called? Where he has, that's like loosely based on it too, where he has Split.
Yeah.
Split.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but Tom Holland, like, they
plays
didn't
the guy.
do the same crime. Basically, he like committed a murder and can't remember it. And he's like,
gotcha.
But he's taking a year off from acting from how much this like fucked with his head.
Wow.
So, there's that. And then The Righteous Gemstones, the new season just came out. I watched 1.5 seasons. I want to get back into it. And then documentary wise, there's a new documentary out about the band Wham. That's like, get it up for, that's on. And then I want to watch I've heard the Arnold documentary is pretty good on Netflix.
Okay. Yeah. I'm watching Gemstone season 3. I'm enjoying it. Did anyone watch Black Mirror, Bren? The new anyone?
I watched the episodes.
I actually was the biggest Black Mirror hater in the world, and then I watched this new season, and
it's like you're gearing yourself up to watch basically like a short movie every time. Like I'm rewatching because I never watched the previous season, so I'm kind of rewatching it and then doing the final season.
I think this season is definitely better than season 5. Season 5 was by far the worst.
The worst, yeah. Okay.
There's some really good episodes throughout the other seasons.
Like this season, Brendan, I had already started watching it, but he suggested I watch it because there's one episode that's like could actually happen. Yeah, and I really liked that one.
Yeah. So, all right, good stuff. That's the Tea with Jack D. Good to have the gang back, and we'll talk to you next week.